message for, yeah, go ahead.
There we go.
Okay, Mr. Matthew Long, you're back now from the Kent County, well, not from the Kent County Jail, you're still there, but I meant to say back to the Zoom meeting. And you had a chance to briefly talk to Mr. Pebley. Did you get enough time to talk, Mr. Pebley?
Yes, Your Honor, and we plan on waiving the preliminary exam.
All right, I appreciate it. Matthew Long, so that you understand clearly, waiving the preliminary exam on these two felonies means that the case is going to move on to circuit court. There won't be any testimony taken today or at district court. Immediately, the case will move on to the Kent County Circuit Court with a plea of not guilty on both charges. A plea of not guilty on both charges. There's two documents we're going to be sending to Mr. Pebley. One is a document called the waiver of the preliminary exam, which is what I just described because we wouldn't take any testimony. The case moves on to circuit court. And the second is the waiver of the circuit court arraignment, which means you won't be arraigned formally in front of the circuit court judge. We just are allowed to say not guilty on your behalf for both counts. So far, do you feel like you understand what I'm saying? We got to unmute him at the jail. We have to unmute Mr. Long. Mr. Long, thumbs up or not? Do you feel like you understand what I'm saying? Yes, your thumbs up. And is there a, oh, now I hear you. Okay, you can hear what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For a minute you were muted, but then I did the thumbs up process, which we've done before during these Zoom meetings, believe me. Okay, so what's going to happen now is they'll schedule your cases at circuit court. You'll get a whole totally different judge, Mr. Long, not me. And Mr. Pebley will be with you every step of the way. They'll have a status conference next. You'll be notified along with Mr. Pebley as to when that's going to be, usually within the next 6 weeks. So just stay in contact with Mr. Pebley. If questions come up, write them down so you can ask him when you see him, because that's what's going to happen the next time. He'll get those two documents, and Mr. Pebley, I'd like you to send those back to us today. And Mr. Long, go ahead. And Mr. Long, you give Mr. Pebley authority to sign those two documents on your behalf?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Pebley, can you think of anything else that comes up?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Long, all the conditions of the bond still stay in full force and effect, and don't have any contact with any of the parties or victims or witnesses involved in the case. Stick to talking to your attorney. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, we're adjourned. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Long.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Pebley. Mr. Pebley, you had the Morgan Staub case, didn't you?
Correct.
That's coming up in a few minutes. We'll see if she is present.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get a hold of her.
Okay. We're all set with you, Mr. Long. Thank you very much. You're free to go. Yes.